I'm an addict named Larry.
Hey. Grateful to be in Bowling Green in the afternoon, clean,
and love,
and getting all these wonderful hugs. And what an honor it is to have this opportunity. Look, I've been real emotional lately, and on the way to pick some guys up this morning, I thought, what am I going to say today? And I started to get emotional, right? Because it's something special when you come to a place and you start building relationships with folks on an intimate level, and you get to share your life's wins and losses. This messenger that we have chosen today to carry our message, we work steps together. We play together. We share our struggles and this and that. And I think most importantly, we pray together. And when I say I'm grateful and thankful, because look, it's hard sometimes to share it and to feel your feelings. But this addict has a special gift that when I call him and he says, you want to pray, I'm able to feel what I need to feel. Man, we've done that a lot. Look, I told this guy, check this out. I told this addict a couple years ago, I said, buckle up. I did, because I was hearing some things that he was getting ready to go through, and all I could say was buckle up. And what I know is that he buckled up. And he's had his ups and downs. He's been through wins and losses. I've been able to get to hear and feel and give him support through all of them. So what I'm going to ask you all to do is buckle up. Because look, they said you can't graft a new idea on a closed mind. They said an opening must be made. So I encourage anybody in here with any struggle to open your minds and your hearts, because the message is getting ready to be carried. I give y'all man cake.
Damn, that introduction, man.
Follow that. Follow that.
My name is Matt, and I'm an addict. I feel spiritually connected right now. I don't know, it's a good place for me to be. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to share when they're not spiritually connected. It's a little bit like trying to have sex when you're not aroused. I mean, you can make it work, but it's not going to be good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this opportunity. When I got here and I got my little program and everything, I saw where it said I was in meeting room 1 and 2, and I said, damn, I'm a main speaker, I should be in a ballroom. and the people that's around me know that I was like, and immediately I was like, damn, I started saying that to people, and I was like, man, why do I got the banners behind me and stuff? And as the opening speaker was sharing, man, humility kicked in. And Living Clean says, man, the biggest gift we received in this new way of life is that we are alive to see it.
Help somebody.
I don't even deserve to be alive right now, let alone carrying a message of hope to a room full of people. How dare I judge the room that I get to stand in? Humility kicked in, and sometimes it's hard for me to give myself a break. Sometimes I just want to beat myself up. But man, I'm so grateful for humility. I'm grateful that for a long time I would walk into a room and know that I was the sickest person in the room, right? And then there's other times where I look at people and be like, man, that person is way sicker than me. And I'm really grateful to be in a place in my life where I can recognize that we are all sick. That I am no sicker or less sick than anybody in this room. We all got different levels of sickness, but we in here for a reason. I want to do something just real quick for the newcomer, man, because the most important person in the room In our basic text, it says, the responsible, productive, drug-free lives of thousands of members indicates the effectiveness of our program. So let me try something real quick. If Narcotics Anonymous has saved your life, make some noise. Hold on. This is for the newcomer. If Narcotics Anonymous has helped you become employable, make some noise. If Narcotics Anonymous has given you the ability to build healthy relationships, make some fucking noise. Look, man. When I was new in this process, man, and I'm still kind of new. My clean date's November 19, 2018. Okay, and let me say that the only thing I wanted out of this process, man, was healthy relationships. That's the only thing I really wanted, man. I wanted to stay clean, but check this out, man. I knew that staying clean without relationships was meaningless. That's what I knew. I think about the times, man, where I was sitting alone in isolation, and I think about the relationships I had in my life, man, and they were either non-existent or toxic. Transactional. Y'all know what a transactional relationship look like? Alright, so there's going to be different types of messengers. You're going to hear it all the time, and there's all kinds of different type of stuff, okay? I do want to share something real fast, though, because we got a guide, just so y'all know. This is a basic text. It's a guide to help us. You know, it's kind of like that. I heard an addict share one time. He says he worked on plane engines, and he said anytime I try to build the engine by myself, I messed up. But here I am. I got a guide. And I want to read something real quick. And it says, we forgot about the times when we sat alone and were consumed by fear and self-pity. We fell into a pattern of selective thinking. We only remember the good drug experiences. Alright, so check this out. I was at a convention last year, and I heard this addict standing up at the podium, and man, he carried a good message. And something that happened, though, he started talking about this girl in this coloring book. And as he's talking about it, everybody's laughing. And it was funny, you know, you think about it, like all the gel pens and sitting in the room, and she was just coloring away. And you got little Tommy at the peephole, and everybody's laughing. And it's like, my disease will trick me, y'all. If I start, because I mean, it's okay to like get a good laugh, man, but check this out. I remember sitting in that room with a girl like that, and I remember she was in that coloring book, and her baby was in the other room screaming, and she couldn't draw herself away from that coloring book to go help her child, man. I don't know, man, it don't sound funny to me. It wasn't funny. There wasn't nothing funny about it. I remember stuck in that peephole, man, for days and couldn't move, even if I wanted to. And so, like, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't want my disease to only remember the good times and think that shit was funny, man. I was a slave. I was a captive, man. I hung out with people I didn't want to hang out with. I went places that I didn't want to go. I stayed. I begged for one more, just one more, and I couldn't stop. I sat in an abandoned house, man, with a needle and an abscess, with blood running down my arm and tears running down my cheeks, because I had the desire to stop using, man, but I didn't know what to do about it.
Come on, you better help somebody.
So look, my messages might be a little bit different, man, and that's okay, man. There's going to be a different type of message for everybody, all right? And so if I'm talking about active addiction, man, I'm talking about pain. I'm not talking about, look, because in Narcotics Anonymous, we're not interested in how much you use, who your connections was, what you done in the past, how little you have. This is Narcotics Anonymous. So if I talk about active addiction, I just want y'all to identify with my pain, because I know every person in this room can identify with that. There are no dues or fees for this. You ain't even got to put money in the basket if you don't want to. Our basic text says you paid with your seat, with your pain. That pain bought you that seat. I don't know, that's why I keep coming back, man. Because I got a lot of pain invested in that seat. Every tear my mom cried, every time I stole from my grandpa, every time I lied, every time I sat in that jail cell, a lot of pain. Every time I was in that shower, hitting that stupid button that you gotta push every 60 seconds. Come on, man. Y'all, okay, can y'all identify? Can y'all identify? Because look, I don't never want to be in a position in my life again where I got to hit a stupid little button every 60 seconds to get some water.
Come on, man.
That part.
Every day that I've been clean, I've been given an ability. Man, I'm going to say we. First of all, we got our voice back. Y'all know in active addiction, when I'm using, man, I can say a million words and none of them means anything. So much lies and manipulation, man. I could say, it don't matter what I say, can't nobody listen to me, and if you do, you was a dummy for it. Right? But when I got clean, every day we get clean, man, we get our voice back. I got some people that I've lost to this disease. I got people right now, every single one of my immediate family members is fighting and losing this battle. And they don't have a voice. I can't go up to my sister, man, and say all the words that she needs to hear to change her life, because sometimes the message can't get carried to people that are close to us. It just don't work. But somebody else's sister is in this room right now, and if I could carry a message of Narcotics Anonymous, and you receive and download a Narcotics Anonymous message, then something might happen for you. And then one day, you might carry that message to my sister. Come on, man. Y'all know the power that's in that, dog. Right? If I can reach a couple of y'all, and y'all can reach a couple more, and they can reach a couple more, we change the world. Narcotics Anonymous changes the world, man. Damn, I get all hyped up and shit. I told y'all I was spiritually connected. I told y'all I was
You gotta share.
I have the ability to write my story now. My story was being written for me for a long fucking time. Jails, institutions, dereliction, and death. That was the ending to my story. Y'all identify? Right? I want y'all, I like people to be engaged. If you want to boo me, if you want to shout, I don't care what it is. Get engaged, man. Right? Get spiritually engaged, because check this out. I've been given a pen, and I can start writing my own story, and the story that I tell myself is the story that I live. Y'all remember sitting in that house? I can't do it. I can't make it nowhere. This is all I'm ever going to be. Nobody loves me. Y'all remember the story we used to tell ourselves? I'm telling myself a new story today. So I need y'all to get with me, man, because look, if you start writing your own story from today, this point forward, and I'm not saying I get every chapter correctly, man. There are plot twists and all kinds of bullshit. Y'all know. I wish I could come up here and be like, I've done everything perfectly in my recovery. Man, I learned through my mistakes. Recovery means I stop making the same mistakes over and over, and I start making new mistakes. It don't say nothing about perfection. I'm not giving myself a green card or a pass to go do whatever the fuck I want to do and cause a bunch of harm or nothing, but what I'm saying is I got to give myself a break. Right? That's what I got to do. I got to give myself a break. There's a fine line between give yourself a break and not giving up. Right? I don't want to be there neither. I want to care. We talk about identification. I'm going to share this real quick. Can I get a bottle of water? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Thank you, Pat. Thank you. I got one, Pat. Got it. I don't know, somebody drank out of it, but, we did a lot worse in active addiction. I've done some weird shits with some weird water before. Y'all can relate. Okay, so there's an addict in this room right now. Oh, he got me a cup. Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. We don't got to live like that. See, I already took a drink, though. Hey. Oh, it's yours? Okay, cool. I got it all. Alright. There's an addict in this room right now, okay, and he shares something when he speaks, and it touches my spirit, and I just want to share this with y'all. When he comes up and speaks, he says, I am unashamedly gay. Now, if you notice, addict, when he says that, he will follow it with his story and talk about his marriage and his children. And what he's talking about is a mask that he's been wearing his whole life, that Narcotics Anonymous gave him the ability to take off. I can't, look, not that I relate with the sexual orientation, because that's what we'll do, right? That story don't line up with me because it was a different substance, or if it was a different place, or I never went to prison, or blah, 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 blah. We look for the similarities and not the difference. What I do identify with is wearing a mask for my entire life that Narcotics Anonymous gave me the ability to take off. Alright, so for the newcomer, if Narcotics Anonymous gave you the ability to take off a mask, make some noise. Our basic text says that in recovery, failures and setbacks, temporary setbacks, they're only temporary setbacks rather than links in an unbreakable chain. Alright. Can I learn to love myself through my bad decisions? Nah, because come on, y'all, I don't know, man, about anybody else. But I always thought my bad decisions and my mistakes defined who I was. I'm a thief. I'm a dope fiend. Right? I'm a liar. My whole character was defined by my mistakes and my bad decisions. Right? And then what happens is I come into recovery and I get this I don't know if anybody else did this or whatever, but I got a little bit of clean time and I started getting this superiority complex. I did, man. The same shit that happened when I found out I was in this room rather than that room. I have a hotel room today that I paid for, and I'm okay with that. And check this out, I had the ability to drive here in my car, and here I am. I was just telling the addict outside, man, it's the in between here and here, man. It's so hard to get to sometimes, right? And so I want to make it very clear. I want to make it very clear that I understand today. Wouldn't it be awesome, man, if we could see each other's progress rather than see each other's mistakes?
That part.
Yeah. We do sometimes. It's hard for me. And then I get it, and then but here's the humility piece in our knife step. It's and this is the forgiveness piece, is that I need the forgiveness for other people, and it helps me to find forgiveness for them, right? Because I need a lot of forgiveness, right? And then here I am, I'll see an addict, and they got this character defect or this shortcoming, and I want to take, sometimes it's hard to look inward, so looking outward is a little bit easier, right? And so I got all these judgments and stuff, and then I miss the whole message that addict is carrying, man. Look, I might judge somebody, man, and I'll miss everything that they've done for recovery and people in recovery, and the thing they've been doing for years and years and years, because I'm focused on a same mistake that I myself make from time to time.
Woo! Come on now.
Right?
Help somebody.
And so here I am. Okay, so in my 6th step, I'm going to just share, because without the step work, man, where are we at, right? All right, so in my 6th step is where I got my most freedom at so far. Okay? And here's why. For every single question on my 6th step, and when you get there, if you've been there, whatever, it talks about, it says, what will my life look like without this defect? And every single defect, I'm talking about all of them. Dishonesty, deception, jealousy, all of them. Promiscuity, every single one. What would my life look like without this defect? And it was always the same. Longer, healthier, more, better quality relationships.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. If my dope man was to show up at my house every day at 8 a.m. and hand me a free bag of dope, and my whole family was okay with me nodding out and peeking out the blinds or whatever the fuck it is you do, and everybody was okay with that, and I didn't have to spend no money, I would never get clean. That's how I know it wasn't the drugs. That's how I know it wasn't the drugs. What it was the lying, the stealing, the cheating, the manipulating, the dereliction, the abandonment of everybody and everything. The abandonment of myself. Taking myself to places, man, I said I would never go. Right? Doing things I would say I would never do. I got there, right? And so now what I recognize, because Narcotics Anonymous getting clean is where I was at, and I was like, yeah, I'm clean. And then I look at these defects, and I'm like, that's why my life looks the way that it looks. And so that guilt and shame that had me tied up in active addiction can be the same guilt and shame that I have in recovery. The same, but now I ain't got no substance to mask it with. No, hold on. I take that back. I don't have a drug to max it with. Because I told y'all my clean date, right? But if my clean date was contingent on substitutions, I'd be still picking up white key tags. Okay. That's what Narcotics Anonymous has taught me. Alright? And so here I am clean, acting out on a whole bunch of defects and got all these shortcomings, and I'm wondering why my life, because I had this delusion that if I stopped using substances, everything would be okay. I don't know about anybody else, but I had this like grandiose idea that if I wasn't using drugs, I would just be happy all the time. That's why I'm sad. Can y'all relate? I know it wasn't the drugs. So here I am in a 6th step looking at these character defects. Look, I want to share this too, because there's this thing, man, where people are like, I'm so scared of my 4th step. And I'm so scared. Y'all heard that shit before? Y'all heard this? I'm not telling you to fear any step, because that's not what but I'm just saying the 6th step. Hey, it was easy for me to write on resistance. I don't know what y'all talking about. I couldn't wait to tell people what these motherfuckers did to me. In the 3rd grade, little Tommy pushed me down and right? This is why I was using for so long. And then in my 6th step, I got a real, one of the spiritual principles behind the 5th step is self-honesty. All right, and so when we practice a step, when we start working a step in the Narcotics Anonymous, I don't drop a step, I keep it with me. All right, I don't drop shit. And so I took this self-honesty from my 5th step and I carried it to my 6th step, and then I start really looking. And I start really seeing, because looking and seeing are real different. Right? I could look out a peephole, but I could see the police. I think I see the police. So here I am, and I really see myself for who I really am. And I really see the reason why my relationships in my life look the way that they looked. It wasn't none of y'all's fault. I came in Narcotics Anonymous blaming y'all for a bunch of shit I was doing. How dare they judge thee? I used to tell them, I said, you know what so-and-so said about you? I said, yeah, it's cool. You should have heard what they were saying about me 5 years ago. And then because I justify and rationalize my behaviors because I really didn't want to feel. my sponsor says something and it resonates with me. He said, instead of trying to fill the void, why don't you feel the void?
Ooh.
That's hard for us to do, man. That's hard for me to do. I don't like feeling. Man. And even the good feelings sometimes get me a little, you know? And I'm not talking about a desire to go back and get high again. I mean, that might be a few trap doors away or whatever, but I'm talking about getting back into this corner where I'm using something to get up out of it. And then here I am and I start stacking all this pain. Because I felt a lot of pain in recovery, and a lot of it was of my own making. As a matter of fact, it's really easy for me to accept life on life's terms, but it's hard for me to accept Matt on Matt's terms. I don't know if y'all can relate to that. Alright? Because sometimes shit will happen in my life and I'll be like, damn, I couldn't do nothing about that. But when I do something, I'll be like, I should have done something about it. Should is a shame word, y'all. Anytime I say the word should, man, I'm introducing shame into my life. I should be a better dad. I should be doing this. I should have got this done at work. I should have, and here's where I am. And then I start getting gripped up with this shame again. When I was in active addiction, I had this relationship, and I consider it love. Let me just say this. It was probably more along the lines of a trauma bond. Hold on, man, because there's a big difference. I'm starting to learn in recovery, but for the sake of the story, man, because at the time I truly believed that what I felt for this woman was love. Okay? But I also knew that I could not live without her. Trauma bond. That's a difference. That's a big difference for me. Love gives me the ability to let you go sometimes because that's where you need to be. But a trauma bond makes me want to cling to you like my life depends on it. Alright? I hope I'm talking to somebody real quick. In active addiction, I had this relationship and I loved this woman. And this woman was the first person in years to care about me, like really. To really know me and care about me is how I felt. Now, I don't know, man. It might have been a delusion. It might have been dope and whatever. Who knows? But I know that's how I felt. And sometimes my feelings are facts. All right? Sometimes. Okay? And so I had this relationship, and for a couple years, man, using was okay. We had some good hustles and shit, and everything was, you know how it works. And then all of a sudden, I called my dope man. And I tell him I got $60. I really only had 17. Okay. And when he shows up, I'm sick. And he won't serve me. I said, man, please, I'll do anything, man. Please, man, it's 17. Just give me something, man. Just give it. He said, tell your girl to come with me. I got you. Went in the other room. Yelled at her. I've been getting you well, but you gonna go with him. You gonna do this for us, right? If you don't, you gonna leave. I pay the $60 a week for rent here. You can't stay. Y'all can relate.
Come on.
All right, so she went with him. It's hard to feel. It's hard to feel, man. I used it away. Good thing he handed me the substance before he left, because I didn't have to feel it while she was gone. But then a little bit, a year, 2 years later, I'm standing on a catwalk, watching the parking lot at the park while she's getting in the Trick's car, and I'm sick, and I'm hating myself. Fucking hating myself, man. Guilt and shame. I'm talking my stomach is a whirlwind. I got options. Man, go to treatment. Y'all can do this. Jump off the bridge, man. There's a semi-truck right there. I got options. And as soon as she get out the car, I feel better because dope is on the way. I'm not confused. I'm not confused that my stomach's either turning one way because of guilt and shame, or it's turning the other way because dope was on the way. That's it. That's the only two fucking feelings I had. KRCNA 35. Let me do this real quick. Because we talk about a solution. Alright? Y'all know what the life was like. I don't gotta fuck. But KRCNA 35 was April of 2022. Alright? I had my first workshop in this very room. Thank you, Dana. I reached out to her, the programming chair. I said, hey, I want to do a workshop. Money, property, and prestige will divert us.
Oh, now we're going to talk about it.
All right. Shut up, man. I wanted to be up here. I got my voice back. I want y'all to listen to me, man. Wasn't nobody ever listening to me before. I came into Narcotics Anonymous, man, and I just wanted y'all to love me, man. I wanted everybody to accept me. I want to be welcome everywhere because it felt so good to be welcomed anywhere. So it was a drug to me, man. Man, I just want people to clap for me and shit. I hope some of y'all can relate to this so I don't sound dumb. I hope I don't sound dumb. Let me tell y'all what KRCNA 35 did for me though. When I got out of prison, I moved in with my grandpa. And I was able to take care of him and care for him. Not take care of, care for him. I like the way that sounds a little bit better. While he was sick. And I, help run his baths and get him in and out of the bathtub and wash his back and make his meals for him and take him to Kroger. It took him like 2 hours to pick up tomatoes. And I used to just like run around Kroger and I'd bring him every tomato that they had. And be like, what about this one? This one. Because I just want to get out of there. Because sometimes as an addict, I don't value time. How much time I spent just walking down a highway with nowhere to go. How much time I spent just sitting at a bus stop. How much time I spent in a peephole or a window. How much time I spent laying in my bed hating my life. Right? Sometimes it's hard for me to value time, and I spent this time with my grandpa. And I didn't value it in that moment, man. This is one of them. Sometimes grief is a resentment against myself. I wish I would have done this. If only I would have done that. Why can't I just do... Why didn't I just say that one thing? Why didn't I just let him be him in that moment? But you know what? I'm not grieving anymore today, man, because I've been set free from this. Because I've been given a gift. And that gift was I was available and present. I was in position. My grandpa was in palliative care and Narcotics Anonymous was in and out of the hospital with me and all the things was taking place, man. I didn't leave to go chase no women. I didn't leave to go pick up no dope. I didn't leave. Family members was in and out and flying in and doing everything, man. And I sat in that hospital room the entire time. I'm not putting myself on no pedestal or patting myself on the back. I don't care how y'all feel about that. I know how I feel about that. Alright? For the first time in my life. Any time in my life I've ever been needed, I either showed up high or I didn't show up at all. And this was the first opportunity in my life I was given, and I showed up. Alright. My grandpa passed away February 28th of 2022 on his 90th birthday. Alright. March Madness. I got a story about that too. Hold on. Y'all know. Alright, so I went to March Madness and then I went to KRCNA. And KRCNA 35, I developed what we call relationships. Alright, so if you're new in here and I'm not one to give you advice, or any type of suggestions. I'm going to share my experience with you. That I got phone numbers at KRCNA 35. I used them phone numbers, and there are people in this room right now today that have changed my life.
Yes. Come on now.
I work with some of y'all. I see some of y'all every day. I consider some of y'all the grandparents of my child. Best friends. I'm talking about places where I go on holidays. Man, take this gift and take it, man, and run with it. Get some phone numbers. It changed my life.
Come on, bro.
If it wasn't for KRCNA 35, I don't know if I'd be here today.
Sure, that's shit.
And it wasn't just KRCNA 35, it was the way I capitalized on what was given to me.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
They said, get some numbers, dial them, don't file them. I heard somebody say it. I was like, damn, that's pretty good. So, copy the right cat. You know what I'm saying? And then, and just to show y'all how this works, my son was born in August of 2022. So there's an addict in this room right now that while my grandpa was on his deathbed, she knitted him a blanket. And I remember we gave it to him for his birthday a few days early. And he sat there, and I got this picture of him holding this soft-ass blanket, you know, because it wasn't a hospital blanket. It was a good, nice, knitted blanket. And he told me how much he loved that blanket. And as I was talking about it, I told him, I said, yeah, this addict, she sits in meetings, and she knits while she's in the meetings. And he said something, and it was so crazy, man, and it was so powerful. He said, it's basically like our story. Like it came together. It came together. Like, you know, my grandpa was at my 3-year celebration, man, and he was a little sick at that time, and it was hard for him to be present, man, but he saw what Narcotics Anonymous was doing. And he said, man, this blanket, and he's like, can you imagine every single stitch in this blanket representing somebody that lives was saved? Could you imagine every single stitch, Miss Joan? Grandpa passed away with that blanket on top of him. My son was born a few months later, and Miss Joan knitted my son a blanket while he was in the NICU because he was detoxing from a substance that I had no control over. A level of powerlessness. Now let me tell y'all what Narcotics Anonymous did for me, okay? So when I found out the mother of my child was on a substance, and it wasn't an illegal substance, it was given to her by a doctor, okay? That's all I gotta say about it. It was given to her by a doctor. When I found out, I was resentful. Bitch, you use it.
Come on, bro.
Hold on, man. I'm just sharing my truth, man. I was resentful. And here's what it really was sometimes I was jealous. And I found out, and then I got all this hatred in my heart. And then what happens is I watch my baby get born, and he's real sick, right? And I'm looking at him, and I see him, and I'm feeling some shit, and then I look at her and see what she was feeling. Man, thank you, Narcotics Anonymous, for empathy. Because when I looked at her, I saw that it hurt her way more than it hurt me. I put this on my 4th step, man. I got set free from this, man. Because when everybody asked me, they said, why is your son in the NICU? I said, he just had some birthing problems. He's going to be okay. I didn't tell nobody why he was in there. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I shared it on a group level. God gave me the ability to... And now I have the amazing co-parenting relationship. If y'all know me and the child... I'm going to say baby mama. It rolls off the tongue. I hate that, man, sometimes. It's got stigma. Don't say it. Okay. Me and the mother of my child's relationship. It was getting tied up. If y'all see the relationship we have today, that relationship is only because of what Narcotics Anonymous has given me through the step work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And my son benefits because of that. Can I read something? Hey, how much time do I got? Holy shit! Hey, oh, that's crazy. Never mind. Okay. Hold on. What did Willie say? Perfect. Y'all heard that last night? She said 11 minutes. Perfect. All right, hold on. This is out of Living Clean. Journey Continues. Okay. I'm not going to suggest this book to a newcomer until after you study the basic text. However, there's a piece in here that I definitely want to share with the group. And it's out of chapter 5, relationships. And it's on the last page. Each of our relationships teaches us how to make our other relationships better, stronger, more meaningful, if we stop and listen for the lessons. And all of these relationships, in turn, bring us back to our relationship with ourselves. We cannot say that one is more important than another, any more than we could say that one side of the pyramid is more important than the next. In fact, the pyramid that is in our symbol is made up of relationships with self, society, service, and God, rooted in a base of goodwill. These are the relationships that bring us to a point of freedom. Our capacity to love grows in proportion to the effort we make to show love and our willingness to accept it. And with that capacity for love, something so many of us never even thought we wanted, we begin to feel that our lives have meaning and purpose. The harm we've done, the pain we've suffered, the loss we've experienced, all deepen our compassion for others and our understanding of their struggles. And here, check this out. Our real value is in being ourselves, not in spite of what we've been through, but because of it. Hold on, man. All right, so let me... see, this is where I need a banner. Catch me next year, KRCNA 38. Our symbol is a circle with a diamond inside of it. Okay? And if you look in the very beginning of the basic text, it shows you that this is it's a two-dimensional pyramid. Okay? Now, goodwill being the base, and there's in the very last sentence it says, the greater the base, the broader the sides, the higher the point of freedom. Alright, so let me share something with y'all. The base, the universal, look, in it has all room for all manifestations of the recovering person. It don't say addict, it says the recovering person, right? All manifestations, right? The more people I'm connected to, the broader the sides, the higher the freedom.
Come on.
I don't know, man. I want freedom.
Right on.
I'm tired of being a captive. I shared this. Check this out. Y'all remember what it was like in jail? Y'all remember what it was like? Do y'all remember what it felt like when they called your name over the intercom and said, pack your rack? Hold on. I didn't have no bond money. I don't care if my bond was $72. I was going to sit. Right? And so anytime they called my name over that intercom, it was a surprise. It was like God. Holy shit. And you know, on the way out the door, everybody's all of a sudden your best friend. Hey man, call my mom. I got all kinds of mama's phone numbers and shit. Hey, let me just say this. If you ever gave me your mom's phone number to call her when I got out of jail, I'm sorry I didn't call her. They want your socks and shit. Hey, let me get that sock. Yeah, you know. Right? Hold on, but check this out. Then they put you in this little spot, okay? And on one side of it, it's like a vestibule. And on one side of it is the jail, and on the other side of it's freedom, and they hand you that green bag. Is it green everywhere? It got your clothes in it?
Yeah, green.
Okay, so they hand you a bag that got the clothes in it that you got locked up in. My clothes smell like cat piss. Come on, hey, Andy, you know. Come on, hey, they stand up on their own. They're wiggly. They got holes in them. That motherfucker is crusty, dog. I put them motherfucking outfit on, so smooth, dog. Like, yeah. I'm ready, right? And they pop the door.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Our message is that an addict,
Any
any addict, can stop using drugs, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. Our message is hope with a promise
of freedom.
Hold on. Our message is hope with the promise of freedom. So they pop the door. And they say, here you go, walk out. And you feel the wind hit you for the first time. Find that Newport on the ground. I know what it's like, right? Okay, you hope it's a Newport. It's probably a Virginia Slim. You pick that motherfucker up. It don't matter where I'm going. I don't care if I gotta walk 13 miles. I'll skip my ass the whole way there. Y'all know what that feels like?
Yep.
I've been in a prison of my own making.
Right on.
Come on, bro.
As a matter of fact, I experienced more freedom in a jail cell than I ever have on the streets.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just sure that I heard a guy say something about he supports the penitentiary. I said, man, I gotta say I do too. Sometimes I'll be hoping my sister get a bit. I don't know, man, and sometimes it sounds messed up, dog, but recovery did that to me, man. Sometimes I hope, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be a captive of something and want to stop but can't.
Yes.
Every time I went to treatment facilities, I got out and I failed because I didn't get grounded in something.
Come on, bro.
The treatment facility, man, it's like going to the emergency room and they put a cast on the broken arm and they tell you, and then I walk out and I cut the cast off because they tell you you're not healed when you walk out of treatment. I'm going to need rehabilitation for the rest of my life.
Yeah. At a time.
And then I want to sit in the chair and I want to tell the doctor how to fix me. Nah, man, you working on the wrong bone, doctor. Y'all know what I'm saying? Right? And so here I am, and because of prison, I got real freedom. And just like when I walked out of that jail cell, what I'm going to do with it? Let's let that sink in real quick. Y'all know how we told ourselves, I ain't never going back? They going to have to kill me. Right? That jail cell ain't nothing like active addiction. How dare I take the freedom that's been so freely given to me and fucking squander it for one more.
Yeah.
I need this. I need this, man. And so look, I know how hard it is. I'm not going to tell y'all that I know how hard it is, especially if you knew, man, if you sitting here with like less than 30 days or whew. I'm telling you though something, man, like I've been given freedom. And if I go back, it's a choice. They said it's real simple. It's real simple. If I don't pick up, I don't get high.
That's right. Come on, Matt.
But I can't not pick up on my own strength. It's like working out, man. Any of y'all ever done a bench press? Please tell me one person in here. Yeah. Okay, you got me. All right, check it out. Check it out. I'll never know how much weight I can lift until I put it on the bar.
Yes, sir.
And if I want to get stronger, I got to put more weight on the bar.
Right.
And check this out. If I put too much weight on the bar, it squashes me. But I have a spotter.
Watch out. Watch out.
Hold on. I'm trying to get stronger. And the only way I can get stronger in the gym is if I have somebody to lift the weight up off me when it gets too heavy.
Watch out, man.
And the only way I'm going to get stronger in life
Watch out, man.
is if I have somebody to lift the weight up off me when it gets too heavy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Narcotics Anonymous, for being my sponsor, for helping me gain the strength and the ability that I gained to get to where I am today. If you can relate to that, make some noise. When they close, they're going to do this reading. It's called We Do Recover. Alright? It talks about at the end of the road when we find we can no longer function as a human being either with or without drugs. We all face the same dilemma. There seems to be this alternative. Either go on as best we can to the bitter ends, or and years gone by, check this out, and years gone by, very few addicts. Hold on, man. They said this is the last house on the block. Okay? And right now, there is an addict with a needle in their arm or a pipe in their mouth or a baby that's crying that can't fucking stop. And if only they could find this room. Those who are addicted today are more fortunate. I want y'all to hear them words, man. They're going to come up here and read the reading. Feel them words, man, because check this out. If you are in this room today, you are a part of the more fortunate. Thank you for letting me share.